Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Been a pretty busy day. Put out a couple of videos, one about a couple of targets in the class of 2026. Then Tennessee actually picked up a commitment in that class of 26. But sitting in my office getting some work done, one of you guys messaged me on Facebook, which happens pretty often. I love interacting with you guys, talking a little Vol football with you guys. Sometimes you send me articles you want me to look at, and it was a screen capture, and it said Tennessee Vols losing major piece of their defense for 2025 season. Well, I kind of shook it off. I said, that's not happening. The guy that sent me the message said, I thought the portal was closed. How could this possibly happen? Then I started scratching my head. I went to VolQuest, still had not seen any information at the time. I started digging into it, and then I found this on Twitter from the On3 Twitter account. This is legit. Says breaking, Tennessee starting cornerback Ricky Gibson tells On3 he plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal this spring. Now, what do you think about this? Again, this news just coming out. The first thing that was asked to me is, Boogie, how can this happen? The transfer portal is closed. Well, that's why you have to take note. Plans to enter the transfer portal. What does that mean? We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. But as always, do that YouTube stuff. Smash the thumbs up just below the video. Quick, free, easy helps the channel. I would appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We're not reporters. We're not journalists. We don't pretend to be any of that. What we are is exactly what you are. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's a watch party, Tennessee versus LSU on the basketball court, live at 9 o'clock. We'll be talking about Ricky Gibson. Don't you worry. We'll talk Tennessee football. We'll watch the basketball game live tonight at 9. Every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, we play EA Sports College Football and talk all things Tennessee football. But let's go back to On3. Let's take a look at the article. Tennessee starting DB Ricky Gibson plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal. Let's start there. Let's start before we really get into it. He plans to enter the portal. We've seen this before, right? We saw it with Boo Carter. Nothing really kind of got going with Boo Carter. Negotiation tactic, guys that are looking for more money. We saw it with Mike Matthews, right? There was the rumors of Nico potentially entering the portal. Mike Matthews had kind of teased entering the portal, but he elects to come back to Tennessee. So what is happening here? Is Ricky Gibson in the portal? No, he is just confirming that he plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal. Now, why would he do that? Well, let's take a look at the secondary for Tennessee. I think most of us know this. We saw it earlier that starting cornerback Jermod McCoy is out with a knee injury. Now, they're hoping he'll be back by week 2, maybe week 3. We'll see how long it takes him to recover from the ACL injury. But what does that do for Ricky Gibson? Because I think we can all agree Jermod McCoy is the best corner on this team. Ricky Gibson, probably the second best corner, 1 and 2, right? Ricky Gibson could be looking for starting cornerback pay. That's the first place that my mind goes here, is that he is looking for money. Let's scroll down and take a look at the article. Tennessee starting quarterback Ricky Gibson tells On3 he plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal. Gibson has spent 2 seasons with the Volunteers. Gibson made 12 appearances for the Vols last season, had 32 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 6 pass breakups, and a forced fumble. Had his best showing of the season against Kentucky, which Tennessee won 28-18. Goes on here to say in the victory, Gibson tied a career high with 6 tackles, also had a crucial pass breakup in the end zone on 4th down. In his true freshman season in 2023, Gibson played in 13 games, but primarily saw action on special teams, finished the year with 9 tackles. The spring transfer portal window opens on April the 16th and closes on the 25th. Whenever a head coach leaves a program, the players will receive an additional 30 days to enter the portal. Talks about where he played high school football, but the key is just going back to the point that he plans to enter the transfer portal. So do I think he goes? Do I think he stays? At this point, I don't think there's any way for us to really tell. Look, I was making a video earlier this week talking about recruiting an elite blue chip prospect at the corner position. And I think that's one position, one group that needs to get better. We need to be better in the secondary. And I think we're trending in that right direction. I think we've seen what Rodney Garner has done with this defensive line, the edge position, the interior, all across the board on the defensive line. And we saw this past season, right? We saw what happens when you stack recruiting classes and you add legitimate depth. I think we're starting to do that at the linebacker position. I think Arian Carter, I'm excited about Jeremiah T-Lander, both those guys going into their junior campaigns. Edwin Spillman, a guy that I think if he had been healthy throughout all of camp, I think he would have had an opportunity to get into the 2 deep. I think Edwin Spillman's going to make some noise spring camp, fall camp, going into the 2025 season. But then you look at the secondary. Right, and I'm excited about this secondary. I think Jacoby Thomas brings some athleticism, and shout out Will Brooks, man. I don't think anybody could have expected Will Brooks to do what he did in 2024, but I think we have an opportunity to get better at that safety position with Jacoby Thomas. I think he's more athletic. I think he's got more speed. I think he can be a playmaker back there on the back end. Andre Turrentine, and then, of course, your corners. Again, Jamal McCoy, Ricky Gibson. What happens if Gibson does enter the transfer portal? What happens if Jamal McCoy doesn't bounce back as quickly as we hope? Who steps up and plays that corner position? You know, we saw this coaching staff kind of start to look at corner in the portal and kind of had us scratching our heads a little bit. Well, the news about Jamal McCoy comes shortly thereafter. So now if you're worried about Jamal McCoy and Ricky Gibson, I mean, what does that do for the secondary? You got sophomore Caleb Beasley, redshirt freshman Marcus Gorey Jr., you've got Jalen McMurray. I think all of a sudden the corner position becomes a position of need. Is it time to go into panic mode? I don't know about that, but we'll just pump the brakes and see what happens here because, again, Tennessee starting DB Ricky Gibson plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal. My gut is that this is a negotiation tactic. My gut is that Ricky Gibson is looking for money, and my gut tells me that I wouldn't be surprised if in the next week or so, maybe in a matter of days, and this is all speculation. I've not seen any of the experts, any of the insiders chime in on this yet. My gut tells me that we're probably going to get an announcement similar to Boo Carter, that I am returning to the University of Tennessee, similar to Mike Matthews that says I am returning to the University of Tennessee. But what are your thoughts on this? And again, college football in 2025, it is a different game than it's ever been, you know, with the transfer portal, with NIL. It's unrestricted free agency. So you can make a move like this and you can threaten to enter the portal all for the personal gain, all to get more money versus coming back, going to work and saying, I'm going to give my all for Tennessee. And there is nothing wrong at all with these guys getting paid. They deserve to be paid. They're the reason that all these people show up to watch the game. When so many people tune in to watch on TV, it is because of the players. They put the blood, sweat, and tears in, and they deserve to be paid for that. They deserve to be compensated for that. But how much do you care about your teammates? How much do you care about your brothers? If this is, in fact, a negotiation tactic, this is a way to put more money in your pocket because your brother that starts on the other side at the corner position is out with an injury. So you see it as an opportunity. Hey, I'm CB number one. I need that bag. I need that money if you want me to return. I know a lot of people are going to be upset about this. A lot of people are going to talk about how it's all about the bag. I don't know that I can disagree in this one. This is raw. This is real. This is just now breaking. Ricky Gibson saying he plans to enter the transfer portal. What are your thoughts? We're going to talk about this whole thing in the comment section. We're going to talk about this live tonight at 9 o'clock. Yes, it's a basketball watch party. We will be talking about Ricky Gibson. Smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Again, jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. You want to support the channel? Hit that join button right down below. It's right beside subscribe. You can give as little as $1 a month. You get access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits. But more importantly, you are supporting this channel. We appreciate it. You can go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Again, the links to everything right down there in the description below. That's going to do it for this one. Don't forget to join us tonight live, 9 p.m. Eastern time. But this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.